Hello everyone, welcome back to Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. We are mid-hunt because I forgot to alter my volume on my Elgato after playing Marvel Alliance, which is super quiet for some reason, so we were getting drowned out while having discussions about New Vegas and Bethesda, and nothing super interesting, honestly, but...
If you want the hidden cut content, you have to come to Twitch and watch the VOD before it's too late.
Well, no, you can't even do that because they couldn't hear us anyway.
I'm sure they can... It wasn't even nearly that bad.
Apparently they were telling us and we weren't seeing. So, you know, it happens. Whatever. We're here now. Could have been calling... Cut off his tail? Oh, it's high rank. No.
Yep.
We're fighting two Thunder Doggles. Can't remember if I said that.
I mean, it was probably obvious as soon as you zoned in here. What we're fighting, I mean.
Yeah. Cool, Slash Master. You can hear us okay? That's because cats have better hearing, Skimmy Cat. You can also lick your own balls better than anyone here, but you don't see you gloating about that.
Probably.
It's like that Garfield comic where John is looking at Garfield. Actually, no, I don't think that. I think that was just a Family Guy pretending Garfield joke. I don't think they really did it.
Yep.
Where he's looking at the cat and says, "Yeah, I'm jealous." Although the Garfield comics did have that really, really disgusting comic that is real.
What now?
Yeah, Zeppo just referenced it. There's a Garfield comic where John drinks the dog's semen.
Oh, great.
What's the dog's name again? I didn't watch much Garfield when I was a kid.
Odie? Yeah.
Odie or Oti?
Odie.
Odie.
Roll over. I'll play that.
Yes, just play dead. Nothing actually truly dies in this game, of course. It hit me with its stump. Ugh.
Power up. Got my hit in though.
Okay. Didn't trigger my dodge, but also didn't hit me. That's weird.
Hey!
What?
Slash.
Oh, right, yeah. I forgot that someone else who can actually play this with us. Amazing. Garfield is amazing. It's been going for decades and still uses the same 3 jokes. I hope one day my career emulates Garfield. I'll just have I'll have catchphrase, teehee, and ta-ta for now, and that'll be... Those aren't
said
jokes.
The words.
It's just words.
No, you said the words.
Oh, right.
Sora's gonna go mad.
She did kind of waff a little bit, but she's probably doing something. Sora, what are you doing? Why are you skulking back to me? What were you doing?
Now where's the other one gonna be?
Shows how much I'm paying attention. I thought it had left. It's left this mortal plane, I suppose, but that's not what I meant.
It's just sleeping and having a drink at the same time. I'm gonna say it might be through here.
But did you use Zing Crispy? Hello, doggo. Bah. Could you be cute in the camera, at least? This thing here, look, see? This here? Right now all they can see is your butt. Yeah. The most stinky part of you. Oh, I've insulted her.
Okay, not up here. Maybe down by the water?
It's probably just not spawned yet.
Nope, here it is. They were both on the map at the same time.
Oh. I just heard the brrrr from your end.
Nice.
Chat, I recorded a contrast video today. It was a short one, especially compared to the Storm Surge one. Also, there is one live tomorrow.
Neat.
Takes a picture.
Yes.
I painted the best named Batman miniature game henchman. Try out a new colour.
Which one would that be?
His name is Gustaf Gustafsson.
Nice. That name sounds very legit.
Yep. No, John Diggle. I already have John Diggle. Sounds Swedish.
Well, that's a stereotype.
He's just some random guy. It's just they've opted to give him that name. As far as I'm aware.
He's canon now. They've canonized him.
Yeah. And that was part of a little order of contrast paints and some stuff I got from Wayland Games' largest rival, who I've heard people sing the praises of. Is he trying to run away into the war? What the hell are you doing?
So I'm guessing Wayland Games is a retailer.
Wayland Games is a third-party retailer, probably the most popular online third-party retailer of like Games Workshop stuff. They do night models as well. They do like the Star Wars miniature game. You know, but their popularity often leads them to being out of stock and not telling you, or having to wait a long ass time. Since Friday they've had it marked that they have all my stuff for the order I placed with them. And it was contrast paint holding it up, which isn't necessarily their fault. But it's still not marked as dispatched. And that's just down to them not processing it fast enough. Whereas Element Games, as soon as they got it in, they were like, okay, it's dispatched, it's Royal Mail 24, I think it was, so it might be with you on the weekend. If it isn't, it'll be on Monday, because we don't have post on Sunday. And I expected it to be Monday, but sure enough, just showed up on my door today.
Neat.
So they do seem better with the, not even just with the delivery times, but they more accurately have marked on their site when they expect a restock. They're actually sharing the information of when a restock is happening, rather than just a vague available soon, available to order now, which is what Wayland does. It doesn't give specifics. Which I like.
Fresh. Okay.
As far as prices, I think they're all both like exactly the same, because they're both tied to the maximum discount they're allowed to give. So there's no difference there.
Do they give that discount?
Yeah. They have a loyalty thing where you can get money off future purchases, but for hobby stuff I never see that type of thing as worthwhile. You never really buy that often. You're more likely to buy big orders little and often. But anyway, at least I got it. But I still need the other bloody order to do some more things that have been sitting for weeks now. I need to think up some other videos to put on the Tabletop Gaming channel as well. I'm being held up from battle reports, waiting to paint stuff I'm needing as well. But I also don't want to just like churn out battle reports. I'd rather do them every so often. But the painting stuff might get stale. Yeah, I mean, I like doing it, but I think interest and contrast stuff might drip off fairly quickly. But beyond Tactica videos, which aren't even popular on channels with big followings for tabletop type stuff, not sure. Nothing's like struck me as I've been thinking about it. So chat, to prove that I'm paying attention to you, feel free to share your thoughts on that. When I was apparently ignoring it. You know what, I can chat slow enough during Monster, I can scroll back to see how much I missed. How many people were telling us it was too loud? Oh, I missed Seeker saying hello, so I did miss that. Evil Vice President said game is a tad loud. That is not saying we're being drowned out. And then Evil Vice President responded to me talking about the egg, which didn't imply he couldn't hear me. So no, I wasn't ignoring you, chat. I missed exactly one message.
Second one. And then there's the one that you saw.
Oh. Wait, what second one? No, there was someone saying it was a tad loud.
Yeah, well.
They made it sound like they were spamming it and I was ignoring them. So I was not. Oh, Wolfgar's HR10. Oh, you know what? That means we get to do hunts for you. Post whatever you need for your HR and we'll do it for you.
Yeah, let's do the thing.
Let's get your HR break. Eventually. Yeah, I don't like tactical videos either because it's not actually tactics because it's a dice game. And what it actually just means is here use this broken strategy. Well, stratagem, sorry. Giant dragon. Oh, Lao Shan Wang. Okay.
Okay.
Use these in sets of 3 because they're ridiculously overpowered because Games Workshop wants to sell the box. You'll do well. Although to their credit, they did incorporate in official tournaments, and unofficial tournaments have taken it as well, the rule of 3. So you're not allowed to have more than 3 of anything in whatever you bring to a tournament in total, rather than just like limited to detachment or whatever.
That's nice.
It doesn't apply to knights though, because each knight is individual. You couldn't have 4 of the same knight type, but you could have 4 knights.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, but it's to stop people who were bringing like 4 Doomsday Arcs as Necrons, or what's another one? 4 of the... I don't remember the name of the tank. It's a certain tank for... Death Company? I'm not sure. Something like that. There's some tank that's unique to them, or some flyer that's unique to them. Because it ain't what I collect, I don't follow it. I don't remember hearing anything about Baneblade lists. I think I remember things. Got a baby dragon to smush. A ring to throw for the doggo. Like a super frank tactical video would just be try and get first turn. Use your most overpowered stratagems in turn 1. Put yourself in a good position to win if you've done that. Otherwise, it's all down to dice rolls and you lose. Stretch that to 10 minutes.
Yep. Although people probably wouldn't like that.
No. I haven't really had any bad comments on the second YouTube channel, but I have noticed any time there's a battle report featuring Tau, and it happened when I did the battle reports on the main channel as well, you get a lot of like backseating Tactica, and I think the reason for that is Tau were super powerful in 6th and 7th edition and now they're not. So I don't think people like seeing their army that won with little effort lose. So they're like, well, my army can't be bad because it's my army, so clearly it's the children who are wrong.
Yep.
You get a lot of that, like, oh, you shouldn't have done that, you should have done this. I mean, Tau were so broken in 7th edition that I was unbeaten with them, and I just picked mechs and stuff because I liked them. I made literally no effort to min-max any list I've ever made. So it's good that they're rebalanced, but then did people played them for a while, or seen them being played for a while, or are used to them winning?
I mean, I played against Tau a lot back in the day. Like, would usually you lose.
They were a totally different army back then. Well, that was when they were about having a bunch of transports to bring their troops in. Now it's just gunline. You played against the Dark Angels Imperial Guard today. You managed to burn 20 guardsmen, but then got annihilated. What were you using Death Guard? I don't think Death Guard are in a particularly good place. I don't think their codex is particularly good.
Oh.
I think what a lot of people do is they bring Mortarion, but they deliberately don't make him the Warlord just so they can suicide him, because you can't really ignore him or he'll murder you. But I really don't like...
Sounds like a plan.
Like that's common to a lot of armies and lists I see in videos on YouTube where like they'll bring someone as important as like the Primarch or some well-known character and then be like, yeah, but they're not my Warlord. It's like, there should be a rule that says that's not possible. You don't bring the Primarch of the Death Guard and then be like, no, he's not my boss. He's not in charge here. He's just for show.
Busy doing his own thing.
And yes, Tyranids are not in a good place and haven't been for a long time. Well, no, actually, that's not true. In the last edition, if you did one specific setup, they were super powerful. It's because there was a combination of rules that was broken. Involving
There always is.
flying high tyrants. Yep. It's not a game where balance is balance or imbalance, to be fair. Yeah, it's one, it's not impossible, and it's in a constant state of flux. Yeah, Death Guard I can see suffering against lists with lots of like vehicles and high toughness stuff because you're not allowed to use obliterators, you're not allowed to use havocs.
So you have basically no anti-tank stuff?
Yep. They want you to buy the new, the mortar tank that I have one of. They want you to have multiple of them. Essentially, that's basically your only real option. Or the little track thing, because it has a metal gun. And toughness 8.
It's basically the same problem that the current Black Templar have.
Yeah.
Unless you want to go not very thematic and just use 5 squads of tactical squads instead of like your actual units. Which seems a bit boring.
Yep. What list were you using, just out of curiosity, Bovary? I know nothing about tactics, so I'm not going to give you advice, unwanted or otherwise. I just roll dice.
Where are you using the cool things?
Mortarion is a cool thing. And you have him. I know that because you showed me.
Gotta get out of here, I'm gonna get smooshed.
This is not how you load the cannon. That's how you load the cannon. Also, we're probably already, well, this plus the Dragonator or wherever, the cannon. But I just realized I didn't take any ammo for it. Did someone else take the ammo?
I have it.
Okay. That's enough to do.
But we'll
like,
need the cart up there, yeah.
get the damage for this first area because he stops taking damage after a certain point. That's why you don't have to particularly try hard here. Demon Prince, Typhus, 20 Poxwalkers, 2 squads of Plague Marines, they better have had 7 each. Squad of Terminators, 2 Blood Jordans with Flamers. But it's not Flamers, actually, it's Plague Spears. Totally different from Flamers, even though they have Flamered rules. You're being sick on the enemy, you're not burning them with napalm. Seven each, good man. Nurgle approves.
I guess the optimal is 5.
The optimal is 7 because that's Nurgle's number.
No, but actually, the optimal.
Optimal would be a full squad just because they soak up bullets.
Isn't the thing to do like spam minimum size squads?
That
Build them with all the good
was
stuff.
that was back before every unit can claim objectives, but everyone can claim objectives now. So yeah, for a little while, the done thing was just have a bunch of small 5-man, bunch of rhinos, just go cap objectives. Infantry still have priority for claiming objectives, but people don't really do that much anymore. It's all about how much of the opposing army you kill in turn 1 to win in 8th edition, unfortunately. Ooh, that's an angry bark. Sora's angry about the current state of 8th edition as well.
Yep. Yeah, I forgot the cannonballs are down here.
Were you here when I was talking about the nonsense list that's going to be in the next battle report I'm filming for Nurgle? I can't remember if the Vice President was there. I think it was when we were playing... Were we playing something, or was it when I was playing Isaac?
Don't remember this, must have been something else.
I definitely mentioned it in the stream this week because I put the list together this week, so it was on my mind. Yeah, it's nonsense. It's running 3 Demon Princes, and that's it for HQs. 2 7-man Plague Marines, 1 Block Drone because I don't have my other one painted, and oh yeah, I do remember mentioning it because it's the Return of the Chaos Spawn that I haven't seen used in 8th edition that were really good in the previous edition. Still something else. What am I forgetting that's in it? Oh, the Plague Burst Mortar. But basically the Demon Princes are just going to charge. Apparently the optimal setup for them is Malefic Talons because then they get extra attacks. Yeah, bullet drones are too good. But they need to be because the Death Guard don't have much else because they're not allowed to play with the nice Chaos things anymore, which is annoying.
Should I fire the Cole now?
It's when he's in the circle thingy.
But he's on 2 legs. But he is in the circle thingy.
Hang on, let me see. Gander. Yeah, fire it now. Even if he goes back down, he'll still be within the target area. Boom. Oh, they hit right at the end. Thank you, Jaweb, for 26 months for Twitch Prime. Welcome back. Thank you for the continued support over a long period of time. Especially 1 while we're playing Monster Hunter and 2 talking about nerd crap. The Death Guard list I see being used in battle reports, they always include what's it called? The bio something? It's one of the new elites. Can't remember what buff he gives. It's not the Plague Surgeon, because I'm always surprised it's not the Plague Surgeon, because they make discussing the Resilient better. Biologus Putrefier, yeah, that's the one. Totally,
hell of a name.
Totally excellent name, definitely not crap and like that purely to be copyrightable. Yeah, I think that's the one. Why do people use him again? I can't remember what he does.
It is one hell of a name, though.
It's no Sloppity Biopiper, but it's pretty good. They block Twitch at work, they're on to me. There's 3 more. Oh, in a second. Yeah, we'll probably hit the damage cap anyway, so.
Yeah, he's moving. Let's get out of here.
He brings the pain. That's not a helpful description. That's that. I can load up Battlescribe and check for myself. Bark. Bark, 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 bark. Interesting one to be pulling from first, but it makes sense.
Yep. Let me load in as well, and then you can move it. Oh, won't be pulling these in then.
Deep. It's equivalent of pulling away just as someone goes through the corridor. Why am I not loading the list that I was talking about? Because that way I can see if I missed anything. He throws all of the grenades. Let's see. Hellbrute, Plague Surgeon, Chaos Spawn, Plague Burst Crawler. Oh, and I have Rhino as well for the Plague Marines. Yeah. There is a Biologist Putrefier. Increase the strength and damage of all blight grenades carried by friendly Death Guard when they're within 3 inches of it. Also, while the unit is within 3 inches of it, each wound roll with a 6+ made when attacking with a blight grenade inflicts a mortal wound as well as normal damage. So yeah, he makes the grenade through it, but only one person in a squad can throw a grenade still, right? Is that still a rule?
I think so, since I think I remember a guard stratagem that the whole squad can throw a grenade each.
Ooh.
Something like that.
Oh, there's a stratagem that lets it. Of course there's a stratagem. Stratagems are the worst thing to happen to 8th edition.
So yeah, do that, walk up, toss all the grenades.
Yep. Increase their strength and damage, plus the grenades count as plague weapons, so you're re-rolling 1s on wounds. And then any 6s do mortal wounds which ignore saves. Okay, yeah, I can see that being powerful.
Effective, yeah.
Take an undermanned Plague Marine squad, you could put him and the Rhino with them and just run them up the field. He also explodes when he dies. Well, that's just him sharing people in Nurgle's love. I hope you two have the anti-dragon bombs, because I also forgot to lift those. Oh wait, I looked in the chest, so yeah, someone has them because I didn't see them.
I think I have one of them.
Well, it's a 4+ chance to explode as well. Does mortal wounds to everything within 7 inches unless it has the Nurgle keyword. Because they just kind of enjoy it. They open their mouths and lick their hands.
So yeah, he's a suicide unit then.
Mm-hmm.
Drive them in, do as much damage as possible, and then explode.
Well, at least they kept it on brand by making it 7 inches.
Does sound like fun though.
Oh, and he has hyper blight grenades, so he can just do the mortal wound thing every time he throws them. You know what a good counter for him, Plague Surgeon, and whatever the third Nurgle elite unit is those Eliminators. They're really good at taking out low wound characters. Which is the painting video that's out tomorrow, is Eliminators. First of all, it's hiding in the Poxwalker packs, or hell, even behind scenery. Because the Eliminators can shoot through that. They have to use a weaker ammo type if they shoot through scenery, but still. Jiminy, he's got a bomb! Ow! Well, aren't you going to be bringing like a Nurgle themed Chaos Knight into your lists at some point? Once you do that, I'm sure you'll have much more success.
Not quite yet.
Oh, if there's any consolation, that would have been the 3 grenades you were carrying. Cannonballs. You're not carrying 3 cannons, so that would be pretty cool.
Damn it.
They probably still lose. That's very pessimistic.
I mean, it can be like that sometimes.
Yeah, it's pretty close. I think I might be dragging Eater territory. Yeah, he hit the wall. He's backing up now, though.
Yeah, no, it would miss if you hit it now.
Yeah, he needs to step. Well, only hit his face.
He needs to be his belly right up against it, so give him a bit of time until he'll go over there.
Yep. You have horrible luck when it comes to dice. Yeah, but that's it. I know I say that, people say that, but you don't really. It's all probability.
Okay, hold off on the cannon fire for a second. I'm gonna do the Dragon Ida. You don't want to stagger him out of it.
Okay. Clench your dice. Are you using the Nurgle dice? Because if so, they're already perfect. And definitely not terrible. And hard to read.
Nice, got him good.
And I shot him in the tail. It might help if you just like find some sewer water and drop the dice in them. That may make them better.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Also, if you lick them afterwards. Just imagine you're kissing Tombury. I imagine it's very similar. Yeah, the full light spawn, that's the other really very nerdly 77 points.
Is there Slanesh Codex yet?
No. So just Death Guard, Emperor's Children, and then Chaos.
Thousand Suns.
Sorry, what did I say? I meant to say Thousand Suns, if I didn't.
You said Emperor's Children.
Oh, Emperor's Children is the one that's not done yet, yes.
Yep.
Wires crossed. Red cannonballs here. Oh no, I've still got some.
Same.
Still see Emperor's Children lists being played, but they're mostly just using the base Chaos codec, I believe.
And whatever the Chaos Undividable is.
They have a lot of cool looking stuff now. That's why it's annoying the Death Guard don't have like the new Obliterator models, the new Havoc models, or that dude that's riding like a robot spider thing from Shadow Spear. I like that model a lot. Don't even know how it performs on the table, I just like the look of it.
Well, that's the last bit of cannon ammo I have.
Same. Oh, right, you mean... Almost did it to you again, but that time by accident, because I thought you meant there was none left. Oh, he successfully hit it twice. Oh yeah, that's true. That particular model is basically a 90% spike. It would be a pain in the arse to pick up.
Probably to paint as well.
Yeah, I guess. Unless you use contrast.
Does contrast work on spikes?
It works especially good on anything that isn't just a large flat area. It's slightly And now he backs up. Of course he does. And then he ducked. That's it. Bring me closer, I want to hit him with my sword.
Ah, that won't hit. Hello.
Hello. You're in my firing lane. They don't work too well in metal. I haven't tried contrast paint on a metal miniature. I don't have any metal miniatures to try them with.
Are there still metal miniatures?
Yeah, like some of the really old kits they've never bothered updating are still in metal. And some of the old, like, first edition Batman ones are metal.
It's a rip.
Thank you, Red XXXX00 for 8 months. 8 months? 8 months. It's getting late. For the tier 1 sub. Thank you. Oh, Guild Ball uses metal models. I see.
That makes sense.
Why doesn't contrast paint work on metal though? Is it just because the base coat that the contrast goes on is like too thin on the metal, or the metal is too strong underneath the base paint? Oh, I know metal was hard to paint in general. I played 40k when all the miniatures were metal. The metal wasn't detailed enough.
I guess, yeah, I can see that. They are kinda...
They're missing.
Like that.
They're missing the fine detail that Games Workshop thought they were being so clever with when they switched to resin first, before going all plastic mostly.
I remember having like all metal like squad of Legion of the Damned. Those were a pain in the ass to paint.
I got 2 mantles.
Nice.
Pretty sure I had a thing where I got 2 last time. We did one of him as well. But yeah, if it's a metal miniature, it doesn't have a lot of detail, especially if it's like lumpy or mostly flat, and then yeah, the contrast isn't going to do much good on it, really. Hell, even like washes probably wouldn't. When you're ready, / just post whatever you fancy from the tier you just got to. Ideally a key quest, but I won't hold it against you if it's not. I'm not a fan of it. I like the weight to a metal model, but them and resin just, I prefer the cleanness of plastic. And they work best with contrast as a result, because the base paint goes on nice and smooth as well if you're spray painting. I'd show off Gustafsson, but I'd put him away for now. I want nuts to, I can stand up. I can go 10 feet. Now I can't tell if it's... Oh, what? There's the... I also don't have my headset on again yet. Yeah. Sorry, please don't. Was it in focus? Kinda. Man with best name. No, okay. Now it is, alright. That looks in focus.
Kind of.
Kind of. Hang on. If I do... Aha! I think that's about as best as you're going to get with a webcam focus. It makes it harder
It's
to
not
see...
very focused.
It makes it harder to see the imperfections, it's fine. Hey,
quest has been posted.
Yeah, I want to get my drunk ass off the floor. Oh, no, wait, no, that's fine. Guy across. My mind instantly went, Plesioth. I get it, toy soldiers. He's a toy henchman, to be exact. I thought I read it up, my bad. Should have told me. Would you like an out of focus preview of what else I got in my order from Element Games? Let's just... I'm covering the face. So I don't know if you'd be able to see enough information.
Can't... Nope.
Okay, what if you saw the face, but the face was upside down? Who was that? Ow.
Was that the Bat Flash?
You got it? Also, he's not called Bat Flash, he's called the Red Death.
The Bat Flash.
If Valnar could get it, the rest of you could have got it. He hasn't even read Batman Metal. Sorry. I would say you don't need to read Batman Metal, just read the prelude where you see all the evil Batmen getting their powers. Batman. That's the fun part. The rest of it, not so much. Too confusing. Oh, you did mean that one. Okay, fair enough. Well, for the record, that box set also comes with the Merciless and the Drowned.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to think up some self-made roles for a team that's just the evil bat persons.
That seems unbalanced.
Well, I was thinking if they go up against the Teen Titans, that wouldn't be so bad because the Teen Titan box is like 600 rep. And the 4 evil Batmen that have models would be about 450-ish.
That's also then unbalanced.
Well, teams in general are. Although, I had a theory about the Teen Titans that I wanted to bring up that I totally forgot about, because Teen Titans Bat box, it's like 500 and something points of models. The roles that come with the Bat box have 2 different configurations, neither of which are 350 rep.
Yeah.
I was going to go hit. So the list I've made for when I eventually can do a battle report with them once I finish painting them, I got them as close to 350 rep as you can get, which is 355.
Okay, yeah.
But I watched another battle report with them and it kind of got me thinking that maybe the 2 configurations that Night Models list in the box are what they consider to be fair against the 350 rep list of another crew.
But why?
Because the Teen Titans' whole shtick is that they have a bunch of roles where they synergize with each other, like it's all about team. And I think they might have given them the high costs they have as free agents to make sure that the teaming thing is their unique thing. So you couldn't have like a Brave and the Bold list that has 3 Teen Titans in it and have them all do synergy plus other stuff. Maybe. But that said, the battle report I did watch, the Teen Titans absolutely stomped a Gotham City Sirens list. But they also made the mistake of like letting them stay grouped together, so they had a bunch of roles that benefit them. They are close to each other. But the list I have is, I'm going to run it without, like the 2 options are both led by Robin, both have Beast Boy, both have Hawk and Dove, and then one version has Starfire and Raven, and then one version has Donna Troy. Donna Troy is Wonder Woman's sidekick, and she's exceptionally powerful. So that's why she's like as comparably as strong as Starfire and Raven, so you don't want them as well. I'm going to do the list without Starfire, see how it goes, and then kind of poll people in the video, like, do I follow the rules that came with the box? Because doing that, it brings it to Like, the list is 355, and I'm pretty sure Starfire is 80 something. So yeah, that would be over 400 points against 350, which doesn't... On paper, it doesn't seem fair, but that said, the Teen Titans only work well together. They're all fairly low HP and not that great at attacking. So, I don't know. I think they might have been doing something weird, but if they were doing something weird like that, they should have articulated it.
Maybe they did, but it's in Spanish.
Well, maybe. But actually, on that note, the back of the Drowns card, which I can't really show mid-fight, but nor can I guarantee the writing's too small to be in focus, but there's 2 rules that are listed, and then they have completely wrong descriptions for different rules put there instead by mistake, which I thought was quite funny. So instead of the description of what tough skin should be, it lists the veteran rule explanation, and instead of weapon master, it reads the tough skin explanation.
That is somewhat odd, yes.
Yeah, it's they're kind of adorable, the mistakes they make, because they're just a little Spanish company that DC's given like carte blanche to make a miniature game for the Batman and DC greater universes, and by gum they're trying, but they make mistakes.
You like the cut of that jib.
I do. I can't, like, I put it down to just they aren't a native English speaking company, so maybe translated versions have errors, but that's also a printing error though. It's not even just a translation error.
They need a better editor.
Yeah, and like I mentioned, one of the Parliament of Owl box set, the back of their card is just pure white. They forgot to print the back. And that's just, it's adorable. It's like when you see a kid who's like pretending to run a shop and they've done like backwards writing on the sign. It's almost midnight for you and it's still 24 degrees Celsius. Good, you deserve it.
Wow. What has Seppo done to deserve this?
What has he done not to deserve it? It was funny you should mention that, Cuban. Someone working at the team that's apparently people thought were making the Court of Owls Batman game confirmed via Twitter post they're working on something set in the DC universe, but weren't willing to go into more detail than that. But they're definitely making something DC.
Thinking emoji.
Oh, that reminds me, I watched some trailers out of Comic-Con when I was bored. I watched the trailer for the final season of Arrow, even though I haven't watched the latter half of the penultimate season of Arrow. It did not wow me. I thought it was pretty bad. I don't know who the like space alien looking dude is meant to be. I thought it was maybe Dr. Fate, based on, well, us just playing through Injustice 2 and seeing him. I kind of had him in my memory, but some random guy comes to Oliver Queen, looks like a space alien kinda because he's wearing weird armor and is like, oh, by the way, you're gonna die soon. So that strikes me as him being Dr. Fate. Because apparently he just really has a thing for making sure Oliver Queen doesn't die. But other than that, there wasn't really anything interesting in the trailer. I watched the trailer for Titan Season 2 and that looked okay. They're actually getting someone to play Batman now as well, so it's not just going to be CG. I can't remember the dude's name, but he's off of Game of Thrones. I think it's Ian Glenn, but I may be misremembering. They showed a little bit of him. He's mostly in it as Bruce Wayne, probably in flashbacks, teaching Dick, but he is also doing his Batman thing. So that should be fun, and Dick is going to become Nightwing in the season. They have a higher budget. The special effects they showed in the trailer did not look bad.
Good start.
Yeah.
Good start.
What was a bit weird though is, well, it's not a bit weird in the sense of this villain being in it, but the main villain of the next season is going to be Deathstroke, and that's a common thing because Deathstroke and Teen Titans just, they have a thing where they always fight. So that's fine, but obviously I'm used to seeing Deathstroke in Arrow, and the version of his armor in Titans, to be fair, looks better, but it's basically the same, so it's a little weird when it's not even the same guy playing Deathstroke, because obviously it's different universes, so... It's just weird seeing someone else playing the same character, essentially wearing the same armor, but it looks better. And then we're going to have to be like, or the Titans are going to be like, who is this Slade Wilson? You're just gonna have to go through another discovering Slade Wilson character arc, and I don't think that was a good idea.
Who else could they have had?
Well, they left off with a stinger with Trigon being like the villain, but obviously they must clear that up pretty damn quick. What I would like for them to do, and they might do this, I don't know, but like towards the end of the season, they have Dick become Nightwing, they have an actual Batman so he can be there and do stuff. Have the death of Jason Todd happen and have Batman get to his lowest point, and then make that the kind of stinger for another season.
You just want more Batman.
I basically just want more Batman, yes. Although I will say the person they've got playing him is a little too old. For, well, that said, they're supposed to be Teen Titans, but they're obviously in, like, Dick Grayson's in his early 30s, but that's why it's called Titans, not Teen Titans. So I guess it makes sense that Batman would be a little bit older, but if he's really good at it, then they might want to do a series with him. They should have found someone a bit younger. A little bit younger. Titans had a villain that was offensively British.
Nice.
No? The only villains Titan Season 1 had was Trigon and...
No, like the Titans themselves in the comics.
Oh, well, when you call them the Teen Titans then?
Presumably.
Oh, I was in the Teen Titans cartoon, fair enough. I was going to say, Titan Season 1 was pretty bereft of any, like, lingering actual villains. I think what else was in the trailer, but I don't think I watched the full trailer. I just saw like these bits of it.
There we go, finally.
What are you? Hello, Crispy. I think they deliberately showed Beast Boy change our part transforming in the trailer just to be like, hey look, our budget isn't as bad in this one. Because they always like didn't show him change in season 1. He always, well, part of that was they made him bashful because his clothes fall off. Because he's turning into an animal and then would be naked if he turned human afterwards.
Yep.
But that was just an excuse, because the real excuse was they didn't want to have to pay the budget for like the transformation sequence. And then they just had the awful CG tiger a few times and that was it. So in this season they're like, oh no, this time we have money, look, we can do things like this that you wanted to see. Which is okay, because the first season was rough, but okay. So I'm glad a bit more money got put in to hopefully make it on par with some of the better comic book related TV shows. Apparently Donna Troy joins them like fully in the season as well, and so does Superboy, which was like a after credits stinger of season 1.
Neat.
It's a bit too many superpowered people. If you have too many of them, then you need more budget because they all have superpowers. It's better when it's people who don't have superpowers. Because then you can get away with just doing good action sequences. That's why Arrow worked for most of it. I fell out of love with Arrow once they started having all the tie-ins with Flash and Supergirl and crap like that, and alien invasions and stuff that just, no, get out of here with that stuff. Just give me gangsters and such like, no aliens. Oh right, hang on, can't take that. No, I haven't put in a key request for Storm Area 51 A Limo Edition. Why would I need to play an interpretation of EDF5 when I have EDF5?
Yeah.
We found the aliens, but then they decided to invade because we found the aliens and now we're all going to die.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying Green Arrow could not take on Brainiac. No. Not on a level playing field, yeah. And if you're about to bring up Injustice, they had special pills that made them super strong.
So you're saying they took their medicine?
They did. Incidentally, I won't be putting the two Injustice VODs on YouTube because of the music getting claimed on.
Yeah, makes sense.
I got one of the VODs muted as well for that little bit. I don't know specifically what track it was, but some part of it, so that'll have just been something for the live audience.
Oh well. And I mean, there was that weird crackle in it as well.
Yeah, that's true, yeah, and it was in the recordings. I watched that, so that was kind of like also a nail in the head. It's a shame, but it was fun to play through. I'd only watched it prior. You're 20 minutes early, as is tradition.
Yeah.
Chat, when is the Batgirl season out? I'm willing to give that a chance as well. I need more of my usual nerds here who know these things about the DC television shows and such like. Wolfgar, pick a quest. Faster. Where are you?
Is he changing gear?
Why are you changing gear? Where's your gear? Put a hunt up. My limit is October. There's no guarantee that it will even come to Netflix, mind you. Well, Netflix Europe, to be specific. So I would have to wait for a DVD release.
Netflix UK?
What did I say?
Europe?
Well, don't we have the same stuff?
Nope.
No.
Not even close.
Okay, well...
Take your staff, take like a half of that.
Wow. Oh, you're on 5% battery, you don't have your charger. Fair enough.
Rip.
Rip in pieces. Well then.
Anything left behind in high rank?
I'm picking a G rank one, but you should enjoy it.
Yeah.
Bring capture gear.
Why?
Because it's a cap quest.
Why?
Because you cap so many things, now you're being forced to do it.
But why?
Because it's a Barrett. And we shall bully it. There's a Make Your Waifu and Buying Her game that was the most sold game on Steam last month. I mean, it's summer. There's no massive
Nice.
AAAs. Well, I guess Wolfenstein, but is that even on Steam? And that's been reviewing badly.
Possibly.
Would Barrett be in the hot area? Yeah, he is, alright.
Oh yeah, there's the big area with the lake, so yeah. He will be in the hot area.
No problem, Slashmaster. I have my sights on the bully target, commencing bullying in 5, 4, 3, 2, 2.5, 1.5, I mean. Bullying is commenced.
Nice.
Yeah, I did hear that they put like a stupid RPG thing in it, where if you're not high enough level you can't kill the Nazis. Which is a little strange.
But
My bullets aren't
again,
high enough level.
We're open, right? Can have it be linear.
The Wolfenstein games were good because they were like story driven.
Yes, I know.
Well, the new ones, that is.
Yes, that's not what makes money now.
Well, yeah,
the
that's
open world
what
and
gaming
sell
developers in the AAA business think, and yet they keep on getting proven wrong. Because every time a really good single player game comes along, it sells really well.
Yeah, but it doesn't sell for like
Forever, doesn't
$1
sell
billion
multiple times.
forever. Yep. It doesn't fish whales and super whales and super mega whales. It's basically the trend chasing of like MMOs, when everyone wanted to have an MMO
Yeah, I
to
mean,
get that recurring revenue.
the games industry is always playing chase with whatever's the big hit, and it always leads to games releasing after the thing is passed.
Yep.
Auto chess
I
being
feel-
the newest one.
Yep. And I also feel the whatchamacallit, loot box craze. While it's still there, I feel it's somewhat over. People have got like caught on to the scam.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing that's going to stop children who are the predominant buyer of them from doing it is if you like, no, I was going to say make them believe, but if you make them realize that they're being conned, they will dislike that and fight back. Really need to just remove the boxes.
But they won't because they still make a lot of money.
And it's still a grey area law-wise as to whether or not they are gambling. The UK decided they were not.
Yep.
They are, for the record, but
Yeah.
you know,
They're
old people don't know anything about.
always gambling. Just because there's no monetary payouts, it doesn't mean it's not gambling.
Because the best analogy is it's the lottery. You're buying, or you're spending money with the potential to win something outrageously good. You'll probably most of the time get garbage or stuff you just aren't interested in. But there's that chance of getting something really good.
Like that one superstar player that you wanted.
Oh yeah, like those FIFA games are just the absolute worst for them.
Yep.
Well, I guess the argument is
Ultimate
always, but you're not gambling because you've spent the money and you get nothing back.
You always get something.
Yeah, it's down to whether it's tangible goods, I guess. Because they could take the angle, you spent your money and the money said you're buying this many boxes. You were given the boxes, therefore you've not actually gambled. The contents of the boxes are a mystery, but you knew what you were buying. So it was actually a purchase, not a gamble. Even though you're gambling on it having something.
Super ethical surprise mechanics.
Yeah.
No, they're exploitative gambling.
Like I actually kind of agree with the angle that it's technically not if you look at it that way, but it still encourages children to spend too much money, so therefore, even if it isn't gambling, it is exploitative. And they should be ashamed of themselves, but they are not.
If it causes people with gambling addiction to relapse, it's gambling.
Yeah.
They're the experts. They know their stuff.
Would TCG packs be gambling? What is TCG?
A trading card game.
Oh, just any trading card game. Alright, not a specific one. Well, there's a digital version of Magic, and you buy booster packs in that, and they work like real booster packs. You get the random draw from what's inside.
That is the question.
I would,
Yeah.
if loot boxes are, then that is. Well, I guess, yeah, that is a difficult one because you're getting physical cards, whether it's the ones you want or not, but you don't know what you're buying when you buy them.
And the physical cards still have value on their own. They're not bound to something where you can't trade it, where you don't have a chance to resale.
But those kind of card games are meant to exploit you and make you buy more. That's why cards are rarer than others. They are exploitative, but just not quite in the same way as digital loot boxing. Your friend opened a pack of Magic the Gathering and got a $200 card out of it. Did he bank his $200?
Probably not.
Sad thing is, I kind of like opening loot boxes in games that I'm enjoying because I don't really mind if I don't get. Say there is something I'm after.
The loot boxes are fun, yes.
It's
That's
just...
by design.
It's once they start moulding the game to fit around the mechanic as opposed to the mechanic just being a thing.
Yep.
That's when it starts becoming an issue. Like for me, I loved Overwatch loot boxes because I never actually bought any for myself. So I was just opening stuff and getting things, you know, random skins or whatever. But if I bought that many for myself, I would have had a problem. Just keep in mind it wasn't one person buying me them, it was a bunch of people. But if it was like one person buying me all those, that is definitely indicative of an addiction.
I will admit, I bought a bunch of them.
Well, I suppose the argument for things like Overwatch is that, well, it's all cosmetic. It doesn't affect you in any way. So at least it's not one of those
Cosmetics
games.
is still part of the gameplay. People like to customize the characters.
Yeah, it's true. There's less customization in games these days, so it can be monetized via loot boxes.
Yep. Same with like skins as DLC. Those used to be part of the game.
That's one of the biggest complaints levied at Street Fighter. It's like, remember when you used to have like 10 different colours for Ken and Ryu, but now they cost money. The other argument made for it is that game development is more expensive as games get fancier and flashier, so they have to try and find alternative ways to earn money as well.
That's why video game publishers like report record profits, right?
Yeah,
Because games are more expensive to make.
it's more believable, or maybe it would be cheaper to make if you didn't pay your CEOs $15 million.
Or more. Or if you had like a super giant marketing budget. He's limping,
Ah,
obviously.
yes, capitalist.
I'm gonna go cap, yeah.
I don't think Sword pushed it before. You got scared and or excited.
So yeah, I don't believe... Games might be more expensive to make, but they're also way more profitable, so you could scale back those monetization methods.
Phone games make a lot of money and they're super cheap to make.
Yeah. So I don't believe the industry if they say it's too expensive to make. That's bullshit. I don't believe it.
Hollow Knight was made by 5 people for 50 grand. It's the example I'm always going to go to if someone says making a good game is expensive.
But yeah, those ridiculous expectations is just to like keep investors on the hook.
Yep.
That's part of the plan.
So if people do turn on loot boxes, if it does happen, like children wise up, which isn't likely, but let's say it does, or Fortnite just wins in popularity and that's a big chunk of the loot box market gone with them, what's the next idea that they're going to do to make more money off of a game once you buy it?
That's... I have no idea. If I knew that, I'd be rich, probably.
Because people aren't going for Stadia, because they know that you don't own your games on that either, so why would you stream them?
Yeah, hell no. And it's Google, they might abandon that tomorrow.
Yep.
They don't have a good track record.
They've been trying to push games
Killed
as
like
a
a billion
service
services.
for years, but it's not ever taken off because people don't like games as a service. Outside of MMOs, I guess.
I guess some things kind of work.
They're trying, like some things are lasting, but they're not going to last forever. Overwatch is nowhere near as popular as it once was, and it's kind of getting by on that. Siege
like,
had a renaissance though. It was it was ignored for ages.
And Warframe is still going strong.
Warframe might be the best example.
Yeah, might be.
Probably got time for one more as long as it's not super long.
But yeah, the two like big games as a service model thingies that were coming, like 76 and Anthem, kind of crashed and burned horribly.
Yep. I mean, Anthem was a soulless money-making idea, yeah. It was Evolve. Evolve, but a different genre.
Yep.
Monetization was the primary concern of not necessarily everybody who made it, to be fair, but the people who were making the decisions.
The boots on the ground had nothing to do with that.
Yeah. She is happy that she's destroyed the bed and now she's just spent. Evolve was okay, but it did just exist to push money. Con might be too strong of a word, but it's close.
If it didn't have that model attached to it, it might have done better. If like there was like actual rewards for like playing the game.
They killed
like nothing.
They killed that game before it went out by making it known in the media.
Yep.
That we designed this specifically for DLC. If they'd never said that, it would have had a chance. But they went on the record as just being, yeah, we've designed this to make you spend more money on it. People were like, wait, what? That doesn't sound very good. I
don't want to say it was an FU to the high-ups, but it might have been.
Nah, maybe it was. Or
maybe they were just blind.
Naive, perhaps.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, what else could they? In what other manner could they monetize? With the internet in general, for people being a lot faster these days, they could bring back what they tried to do that I talked about once, like in SWAT 3, where they do live streamed adverts into the game on walls and stuff.
Yep.
And they track how long you watch them.
I mean, they are kind of already doing that with like Street Fighter, aren't they? Like the skins with like ads on them.
Oh, I thought that was for just one of their shows or one of their esports thingies.
Might have been. But yeah, I feel like ad agencies would be all over, like making quote-unquote millennials watch ads.
Does Stadia have any kind of like ads before you play a game or anything? Like, how are they doing that whole shtick? I haven't looked into it because I have no interest in Stadia.
I don't think they would have said that. Is that out yet? Can you do that yet?
Well, they've already shot themselves in the foot by saying that they can't say that you own the things you buy.
I mean, they didn't outright say that, but they said that, yeah.
They said that they couldn't say for sure. And
No,
when the terms of service are there for you to sign up to agree to it, it will say that you don't own them, you're renting. Because they won't be able to get a deal from any of the publishers to say that they can own. Oh, that
I mean, it didn't outright state that you don't own it, but they, on the question if you own the game, they baffled about. That basically means no, you don't own it.
Yeah. That's not going to
fly
in
Europe. But they weren't as
Europe.
blatant as, whatchamacallit, Turtle Rock with Evolve, but close.
This camera's being
So much damage.
more annoying than I thought it would be. It doesn't help with the ice element from the rocks he's picking up.
Oh, another the zone.
Oh, yeah. Should have lured him back in. She does have a proper bark. She very rarely woofs. I think her phone agrees. It's listening, always listening.
Of course. Right after that diet.
You enjoy that, Sora? Yeah? Enjoy barking? Oons.
Damn it.
Night, Evil Waste Resident. See you later. Chad, what are you voting for in the poll tomorrow to get us off the subject of monetization
Why is it
and such?
a certain game that I've been not very subtly trying to make happen again?
I think people are fine with watching Total.
Oh, you actually said it.
Well, yes.
That's influencing the vote.
I didn't say I agreed.
No, it's not Minecraft yet.
I'm not playing Skyrim.
Why would you play Skyrim? You
Anything
wouldn't even install any quote-unquote interesting mods.
No. I'll have you know there's an ancient video on my YouTube channel of me heavily modding Skyrim. So I had lightsabers and Naruto jutsus. And also
Oh yeah, you showed
bleach
that
swords.
off at some point.
So yes, I did heavily mod my Skyrim, thank you.
I didn't mean like that, I meant
Okay,
like
you meant boobs,
that.
but still. My moon was a Death Star.
Because that's the only reason why anyone would still play Skyrim, right?
Almost certainly, yeah. If I wanted to go back and experience the actual game, I'd go back to Oblivion or Morrowind, but they'd have to have mods that make them not look like ass. That's the thing, if you could go back and re-experience a game for the first time fresh.
507.
Okay.
Don't even have to think about it.
You can say more than one. Like I would say Alan Wake, Morrowind, Resident Evil 1.
Silent Hill 1, 2, 3, definitely. First time through those was the best.
I have very fond memories of playing one of the early Mega Man games with a friend, but I don't remember which Mega Man it was. I think it was 2? Which one had Airman?
Yes, like
That's testing gamer cred.
150 of those, man. Which one was Airman and where did he come from?
Airman was in 2? Oh hell, I remember which one it was.
Ow.
Oh, Halo 1. That would be a good one to re-experience. Stayed up till like 3 AM finishing it co-op. Being wowed by the big escape at the end.
I'm just trying to think of like others.
Yeah, because it can be from any time, any place. Just what would you love to experience all over again? Because it's the first time through, even if the second time through was bad. Like that first time just being magical and memorable. Hollow Knight. That'd be another one for me.
The old Alien vs Predator 2 game.
Okay.
That's going way back, but that one. I like my scares being fresh.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Mario 64, that'd be a good one as well to experience all over again.
Not really any of the other Final Fantasy games, to be honest, because the first time through I didn't have that good of a time, like 8, 9, 10.
7 was pretty, like that was the first like Japanese RPG I'd played for years and years, and I was like, oh, this is what they're like now? This is amazing. Look at the graphics, look at the battle system. You know what?
Diablo 2 maybe?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I was young enough and not as critical thinking enough when I first played Final Fantasy VII that yeah, I could probably enjoy experiencing that again as I was then. Not even caring that the story was written like a 5-year-old would it. No, I never looked at the tits of Tifa. Actually, no, that's not true. I was probably had it drawn to my attention.
Probably. Oh yeah, speaking of the very first Tomb Raider game.
Oh, okay. I don't
That
have
one very memorable moment when you turned the corner and there was just a T-Rex. That was after I watched like Jurassic Park for the first time. The shit breaks.
I loved the early Tomb Raider games, but like it was so long ago, I don't remember how much I enjoyed it, so I couldn't say for sure I'd want to experience it. I mean, I didn't hate it rather, so. But did I love it enough that if I had a small number of selections, I'd put Tomb Raider on it?
Good question.
Maybe not.
One of the more recent Tomb Raiders was like a remake of the very first one. That one was also kind of good.
Other than the newest one, I like the rebranded new Tomb Raider games, but they're obviously not anything like the originals. Teacups.
I think my favorite Tomb Raider game will always be 2.
Is that the one where you go in the snowy place with the boats and you have to go underwater sections with sharks?
Yes.
I disliked that one because I hated being defenseless against the sharks.
Were you defenseless against the sharks?
I'm pretty
you had,
sure
like,
you
a
were.
spear gun.
I don't think you did, at least in the one I'm remembering.
It's the one that starts on like there's like a little cave and there's a tiger and then you go into the Great Wall of China. And it ends up in like a Buddhist temple, I think.
Oh, and all the Buddhist monks are just kind of passive and you just kind of piss around.
Yep.
I remember pissing around in the Buddhist temple. It's gotta be dead soon, right?
One would hope so.
We're over stop time, Sora's getting antsy.
Speaking of a game that would be good to re-experience for the first time, EDF 4.1.
Oh yeah, that would be really good to experience again. Yeah, I'm for that one. Might even put Overwatch in the list.
Depends. If the multiplayer is like it is now.
No,
not.
it's exactly as it was as you experienced it when it happened. So it wouldn't be like I'd say Mario 64 and it'd be like Mario 64 today. It would be back when it came out.
Final Fantasy 11 then.
Oh yeah, okay, that would be well. Do you really want to re-celebrate getting addicted to an MMO?
I mean, I did have really good times.
Yeah, well, so did I. Thanks to me playing Final Fantasy 11, my sister got a boyfriend because she started playing it because I did, and she met a boyfriend through that. And a friend of mine got married to someone they met in the game in real life, and they wouldn't have played it if I didn't play it either.
Neat.
So if I never played, like if we had to go back in a race ever playing a game, if I did that, I would ruin lives.
So why isn't this dead yet?
Yeah,
Why is this so tough?
well, it's a G rank one. So.
Yeah, but still, just a Tetsu.
Yeah, that was my thinking when I picked it. There's the limp.
Oh, it's limping. Okay, good. Let's cap it.
Okay.
Oh, no idea where it went. Oh, that way? No, in here. Okay. But I don't think it sleeps in there.
Is it sleeping?
Yes, it is. Okay, shock trap.
Sora's doing her stretchy thing. Splitting, was that what it was called?
Possibly. No, I was doing the cap to make this quick. Because killing it can take a bit of a while.
Yep. And it's after stop time. so that helps. You just stretching out, Sora? You just... okay, you're just doing that. It's not weird at all. That was the last hunt though, so... we are finishing. I am.
Took 14 minutes first.
Long time relative to what we were fighting. Oh, and a sub to go out on. Thank you, Spuds Oz, for a 6-month streak, but 16 months in total with Twitch Prime. And for those watching after the fact on YouTube, oops, so I got level 50. That is going to do it. I hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Ta for now.